the whole conversation, and I will usurp the conversation, just like I did the other day. Get a tape of last week's transportation.
I didn't see it.
Because she knows shit from canola, and she just, she's trying to make. She wants to be a commissioner.
I think canola is defined in the Yiddish book.
I know, she's just irritating me, because she's making everything very complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're not here to increase your blood pressure. I don't want to get you stressed. I don't want you going on my watch now. But in speaking bluntly here, my research...
I'll take care of it. Okay. You're good. Okay. I'll take care of it. Okay. Get the numbers where you need to be with the documentation. I'll do the rest.
Okay.
You're fired. You're fired. My job.
Just moved up the chain.
Becomes chairman, eat it. So, I've been working on this whole taking JTA to a regional transportation authority.
Taking what?
Taking Jacksonville Transportation Authority and converting it to a regional transportation authority.
Right.
Through interlocal agreements with the counties.
Okay.
Phase one. And we got one in Nassau. We're working on one in Duval, and then.
I think he'd like to
I'm done.
You done?
In Duval, St. Johns County. And Roger calls me up and says, did you read those editorials in the Times Union about my transportation plans? They did two editorials in January. Did you read them? No, obviously you didn't, because your face is a blank wall. Go on the Times Union and Google
right.
it. You need to read them.
What? Okay.
Transportation.
On about you or about Roger?
Tom Manuel gets it.
That one I remember.
Okay. Well, a guy named Jim Winston.
And it was pretty well written.
It was very well written.
Yeah.
A guy named Jim Winston, who was the guy who donated the water, former, probably still is a fairly influential person in the region, reads the editorials, calls up Roger Osmond and says, you know this guy, man? And I said, yes. This is perfect. 20 years ago, the governor appointed a committee to do the exact same thing. I said, wow. So Roger calls me. I said, well, call him back, please. I want his files. I want everything he has. So he has his ladies, staff people, go through this 20 years ago history. He's got this mountain of data for him.
Right.
Mountain of data. With the minutes, his handwritten notes on each minute, who voted how. Unbelievable.
I know Winston. I had no idea he did that.
Okay, well, he was appointed by the governor.
All right.
Oh, really? This is the final report. Notice the date.
Wow.
I herewith give you a copy.
Unbelievable.
Now, put it down. Don't focus on it yet. You're going to have a copy. On April 1st, 1988, and I may have one in the car. I'll give it to you as well. The Times Union wrote an editorial, basically saying the time is now for a regional transportation authority. I got a copy of that editorial.
You got a copy of that?
So I call up the Times Union. So I'm reading an editorial by you guys. You said, listen, our internal records don't even go back that far.
Times Union? They've got to have it microfiche, so don't they?
I said, don't worry, I got your copy. So I'm asking them to write the exact same editorial.
What a great promo
on April
piece.
1st, 2008. 20 years to the day.
What a great promo piece.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
So I'm on the phone. Yesterday is the first time I ever asked the Times Union to give me a date certain, content certain editorial.
Right.
And they haven't agreed.
Is Cameron Kuhn still over there?
I don't know. The guys that I work with are Clark and Joe Adams, editorial guys. Yak and the other guy, fired and retired.
Yeah.
He's owned by the Moorish Company, whatever that is.
Let me know if you got...
That's pretty amazing.
You guys keep...
Let me know if you got some timing issues on that.
Well, here's the planning that I'm trying to do. If I know they're going to run that on April 1st, April 2nd, I am blitzkrieging every elected official, every newspaper in the 5-county region. With this, the 20-year-ago editorial, this editorial, and my cover letter, which I'll send you an advance copy of.
Do it before. Do it before the article breaks.
I I don't know if you do. Well, I mean, Daniel and I are going away this weekend, so we're going to figure this out. Because I'm hoping to have the letter signed by Daniel, by Nassau County, by Baker County, by Clay County, by St. Johns County. The letter that I'm sending.
Do it. I mean, this is a segue into Manuel Gets It, because if you get it in before the 1st, if somehow we can get it in there, you know, your stuff.
My stuff I get in next week.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got all my copies. I got my letter written. It's all more.
I'm saying if we can get your stuff in before the 1st, and then the letter on the 1st comes out, that gives them a segue to say, you know, we wrote, boom, Manuel Gets It, and here's the most recent from Tom, and oh, by the way, here's a 20-year-ago article.
Yeah, all I got to do is update it. So it shows just after.
You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me. That's incredible. That's incredible.
I have JTA on board.
What was that little quip about history? If we don't remember,
if we don't remember, we repeat it. We'll
yes,
to repeat it.
Yes.
And everything I wanted to do is in that document.
That's funny.
Look at the signatures on that document. You just take a look at
That's not Harry Waldron's.
Yep. A lot of current players here. And I'm trying. Winston is in.
Arnold Tritt.
Winston's in England.
Fred Bozarn.
Winston's in England right now. I'm trying to get him back in time to do an interview.
Tom Petway.
Yep. Joel Embry.
Now, why did it fail?
Henry Luke. Jeez. Preston Haskell.
So we still got some players.
Yeah. You can access Preston in a heartbeat. I mean, just
I don't know him from
like
Hayes.
that. Pardon me?
I don't know him from Hayden.
If you want to access him, let me know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Call him up and ask him if he remembers this committee. How do you feel about it?
Mm-hmm. Well, he signed the damn thing.
Well, doesn't mean he agreed.
He'll remember. That's amazing. It's almost as funny as an indemnification letter we got from City of Jacksonville.
Really?
That's 20 years old.
Really? Well.
Signed by, say, goes back to...
Jim Tansler.
Yeah, Tansler was there, and who was the council at the time? The past mayor.
Missouri,
No,
Austin,
Tommy signed it. Delaney was the general counsel at the time.
Isn't that crazy?
That's funny. Shift over to the port. How do we get control of the port to make sure that they don't run sideways on this stuff? Because they can.
I got to go look at the authority that created the port. I mean, all these things have rule books.
Yeah.
So you got to learn the rules before you play the game.
Yeah.
The rules. All I know is that Morales and I are very close.
And that's big time helpful.
I'm getting a lot more. I call for the abolition. The state wants to save money. Time to get rid of DCA. We don't need a DCA. They don't have one in Texas. They don't have one in New York. They don't have one. What do we need them for? Are we stupid people at this local level? Is this animal farm, Bruce? Everybody is equal to some or more.
One chick agrees with you.
Yep, I know that. And then I gave up work to Tom G. I said, I'm tired of this Governor Chris Sunshine shit. Let me tell you. That was last night. Is his cabinet?
Is what?
Is his cabinet Sunshine? I mean, I can understand why he might be having a problem getting legislature to really do Sunshine. If he really believes in what he's saying, why isn't his cabinet Sunshine?
His cabinet's not Sunshine.
It is supposed to be by statute.
I understand, but
it doesn't behave that way.
I understand. Yes, absolutely.
Little prick that I am.
Who's the head of the Port Authority down in the Miami district?
No idea. Something Hispanic.
Okay. Would you? Be great. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
It's a crazy world, though. So I think I got a chance to pull this off.
There's a great analogy that you can look at if you want to spend just a little time on the internet.
Right.
Port of Hawaii.
Yeah, I saw what you sent me. I read it already.
Yeah.
At the right time, I'm going to bring that as a model. I think you're absolutely right.
I mean, it's a good model. They got a ton of money, Tom.
Yep.
I mean, they're up to almost $3 billion now.
Sure.
Just for the island of Honolulu.
Right.
You mean from the feds or what?
From the Fed.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, these guys got some serious money.
People like to vacation out there. I want to make sure I have a nice room. Of course I'm going to.
Yeah.
How well funded is moving Florida forward now?
Slowly getting there. I got about $5,000.
What is moving Florida forward?
That's the CCE.
My CCE.
And that's not the super fund, though.
That's my super fund. MFF. Moving Florida forward.
Okay.
Pruitt uses in his opening speech about moving. He uses my. I said, "Hey, those are copyrighted. What are you using my words for?"
Okay. Is Superfund MMF?
Yeah, MFF.
MFF. So, and the MFF, which is the Superfund, are the entities that are like-minded people that are okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. People that'll vote. People that'll vote the way you.
Full-time paid Hispanic consultant in Tallahassee.
And this person does what?
What I wish him to do.
Hence the name Minion.
No, he's a very good guy.
Yeah.
I had dinner with Rivera. I went to fundraisers down in South Florida. Met them all. I got Rubio's phone number on my speed dial.
Rubio's critical.
Rubio's done.
He's critical.
No, he isn't. He's
critical to the process.
3 months he's done.
I mean, he's the single biggest. In my opinion.
Right now.
In my opinion, he's the single biggest.
I'm doing so many things.
He's got a future.
In what?
I think Rubio does.
In what?
Government.
What?
Statewide.
What?
Take him up to the cabinet level.
What?
Governor.
When? He's bye-bye after this year. He's formed his 501c3 following the Jeb Bush model, 100 ideas. Now he's doing this. Now it's 2010. What does he do?
I was going to say, in 10, 12, 16, somewhere in that time frame.
Well, in 10, if Alex Sink runs for governor.
Thank you.
In 2010, when Alex Sink runs for governor.
Alex Sink?
In 2010,
okay. All right.
Alex Sink runs for governor.
All right.
He'll run for CFO.
He'll run for what? CFO?
Of which he's totally unqualified to do. But we should never let qualifications get in the way.
Alex was qualified.
She's great.
Yeah.
And we are starting to unwind the state insurance policy. Right now we've got legislation in the House that says you can choose. You can be covered by citizens and have the reinsurance risk, or you can be covered by the private sector and carry no reinsurance risk. I have a series of bills with the shadow tolls. You see? The shadow tolls, how they built all those turnpikes down in South Florida with shadow tolls.
Right.
So I have a bill introduced that allows the same thing for Northern Florida. I'll give you the House bill, Senate bill number.
What is...
And I have an organ donation bill that I'm working on.
When we're on the toll scenario, what is the current, as everybody understands it, what is the current routing thought now on the Outer Beltway? Are they moving Outer Beltway routing?
Which part of the Beltway are you talking about, northern or south?
The would be the southern link east of the river. Are they having to realign that?
Not a lot.
So we got hearing that to reanalyze the route through Rivertown
right.
up to 9B to satisfy some federal requirements. I really don't understand.
Bizarre stuff.
Studies are starting. You know,
you're welcome.
All right, walk out with me. I'll see if I can find that editorial.
Thank you. Everybody got their phones and their goodies and.
Well, if you need a letter, I'll get you one.
Just say hi.
Thank you. See y'all later. Bye, guys. Take care. These guys get busy. Thank you. Bye-bye. Everybody's out of school.
Hey, Bruce. How's it going?
What you up to, man?
Any waves yesterday?
Not yesterday, day before, man.
Great.
It was good. It was good, man. It was fun.
Great yesterday morning.
I couldn't get out. I had a meeting and I couldn't get loose.
Is that right?
Yeah. Where'd you go out? Where'd you go out?
Here.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
nice.
awesome.
Everybody said it was perfect.
It was huge.
Yeah. See ya.
EGO. I got to make certain that none of these other guys' egos get in the way. Like
The other thing you gotta...
What are we looking at?
I'm getting some for you. Guess what these guys are doing for me?
What is that?
It's the annual report of the Jacksonville Aviation Authority.
All right.
Soon to be the what? What would we do? What are we going to call this?
Northeast Florida.
Yeah.
The regional.
Yeah.
So,
Again, top to bottom.
I've just received today from the Jacksonville Transportation Authority a lease agreement for the St. Augustine Airport. Last year, the St. Augustine Airport used $4.4 million of our county tax dollars. This guarantees a profit in the first year of $1 million. I'd like to put as a referendum item this fall the abolition of the airport authority. Is there a second? Thank you very much. Kiss them goodbye. Kiss the mosquitoes.
And how much does that take off the books?
$4.5 million.
That's huge.
Of course it's huge. Yeah. Somebody make a copy. I gotta keep one for Daniel. Okay. How cool is that?
When was this done?
Read the date. April Fools!
Oh, there it is. There it is. 88.
Wow.
It said the needs of the 5-county region will be best served by a 9-member regional transportation authority composed of 5 members appointed by local officials from each of the 5 counties and 4 lay members.
Doesn't get much more south than that, do it? No stoplights.
No, just straight shot. Top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I own land around there. That's
Good.
nice.
I'm happy to make you money. It is my privilege to make you money. But I can give you more copies of my stuff. Here's a presentation I did to the board the other day because Cindy was talking crap. Let's get started off with, okay, background regionalization. I wanted to thank Louise Thrower because in 2002 when I sat on the Planning and Zoning Agency, I think, Jim, you were the only one who was elected at that point, but thank you, came to me and suggested this, and I know that Pal Howell had worked very hard on this.
And Louise Thrower is?
She's one of our huge activists.
One of our gadflies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but just blow it.
Yeah.
And piss off Cindy. And then I talked about regionalization. And I said, okay, what's JTA is very important. What can they do? And I'm just, this is on the slide. And Jacksport, #1 driver connectivity. Oh, but show me the money. Of course, that was in green.
Yep.
As appropriate.
Yeah.
So we got taxes. We got the FDST. We got fees. We got outside the box. We get BTAs. We got credit enhancement. We got a lot of different things if we have the will, George. So what we got to do now? Build now, pay tomorrow. Lock in the cost, time value money. JTA becomes the RTA.
This is critical.
Yep. Especially right now.
This is
You
a
got
time.
a dip now.
This is a time. Nail it. Absolutely. We are down almost 30% construction costs over what we were 18 months ago.
It's unbelievable.
The only thing that's still up is asphalt, and I don't know why.
Oil.
Yeah.
Oil. It's the price of oil.
Yeah.
When
Good point.
When the oil gets in there, it's screwed right now.
Yeah, we're coming down a little bit.
So I think it's got a really good chance of working.
If history means anything.
I mean, it's amazing that. I mean, that's like Providence. It's like
you got the copy machine.
It's like Providence that Winston's reading the editorial, and Winston's the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he could have missed the editorial easily. So it's pretty. I think it's ordained, George.
It's your
1988.
It's your man of destiny.
Yes.
1988.
Yep.
That's a very powerful document.
Huge.
That is
And
extremely
I'm trying to do
powerful.
a huge call to action piece.
Yeah.
Study all this shit. It's time we get this shit done.
Yeah. I mean, we've had 20 years to study this, folks. So
Is it
it's time.
paralysis by analysis?
Yeah. Well, I'll see if they're right. I mean, you might be right. Maybe I should front end rather than coming right behind it. Maybe I should get in front of it.
It'd look better if you're on the front of this.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on the front of this all along.
Right.
And January was a long time ago. in the reader's mind.
Right.
It's time for a refresher. It needs to go in quick.
Yep.
Even if it's a reprint of Manuel Gets It, that is just tweaked a little bit.
Yeah, that was a really nice editorial. I didn't even ask for that one.
No, I remember that.
Otis.
I remember that. That was good.
That was really, because I was starting to get pimped. They had heard that I was getting pimped, that I was working too much outside the county, not doing anything for the county. You know, that I should be working harder. That's what I was getting pimped on. That's what I guess one of those guys heard.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got to go outside to get. You got to go outside to fix the inside.
Yep.
And it was a great editorial.
And it makes sense.
I'm going to be in Florida training again next month, just let you know.
Yeah.
Twice in a year. I get guys calling me from South Florida. So, when can I come see you, Commissioner?
Maybe.
The favorite question on the table, new people I meet, George, is what? What's the favorite question? So, what do you want to do next?
Yeah.
Number one favorite question. Crazy. I want to get this done.
Well, if you get that done, what comes next comes easy.
I don't know. It's a big platform. Maybe I'll move to Jacksonville and run for mayor.
You don't want to. You don't want to do anything up there.
Oh, mayor's got a lot of power.
In Jacksonville, you really don't.
That is
They don't use it.
Why
would anybody in their right fucking mind allow me to preempt every frickin' regional issue? I mean, I preempt them all.
Asleep at the switch.
I don't understand it.
Asleep at the switch. Absolutely asleep, Tom.
It makes no logical sense.
Nobody has used that
If
office.
I was the mayor and I saw a little pissant commissioner from a neighboring county doing something that I thought was good,
You'd kick his butt.
I'd whoosh him like a little bug.
Absolutely. Get the hell out of here.
I'm sorry. Oh, what, did we go over something? All right, keep going.
You see, Jacksonville has never figured out that it's a big city.
Oh, God,
they haven't figured. They just look at it as, well, even though we're 1 million people strong, and even though we are the largest geographic metropolitan area in the nation, it doesn't mean anything. Who cares? You know,
such a platform, though.
It's a good launching platform, but I don't know that you need. I mean, Tom, it's a dog's breakfast up there.
With me, Bruce. I'm too old. That's the reality.
How are you now?
60, 63.
That's not too old.
Yeah, I think given my medical stuff and my age, I'll be.
Tom,
I'll be real good as a county commissioner.
I see it as you got to make a choice. If you want to do Jacksonville, you can do Jacksonville. If you want to do Congress, you can do Congress. I don't think, as you said,
I get a lot of push for King's seat.
That's all right.
I get a lot of push for that.
That's all right.
When's he term limited?
Same year I am. I'm saying 10.
Right.
So my problem right now, they did the resign to run law in such a way that I can run for any federal office and not give up my county seat.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do that, I either do it this year or I do it in 2012. Because it's mid-cycle on my.
Right. It's too late to do it this year.
Why is it too late? I can show up the fucking day it's due and write a check.
I know, but
I think
I was just in the Land newspaper last week.
I think you need more ramp-up time, Tom.
I don't know. Depends what the numbers are.
You mean on the polls?
Right.
Have you taken a poll yet?
Did I know?
Has the Superfund taken a poll yet?
There's, to my understanding, some polls being done.
Okay.
I don't know. Why couldn't I just do a fucking German blitzkrieg?
If
the sentiment is so
is there
strong,
physically enough time to marshal the people, to get the papers out to everybody, to get it physically in the people's hands, to get the message in their hands?
We're at the end of March, the end of August is the election. It's 5 months.
Yeah, but the message is out there. No one likes Washington.
No.
We are in a momentum of change.
But
we have 28 Republicans who even chose not to run.
In a presidential election year, though, are you going to get the media time? Are you going to get noticed enough? Because there's so much competition for the media time. There's so much competition for the attention of the voter from the presidential
side.
The
reality. The primary will not receive any presidential time because there's nothing in the primary. Primary is the local shit, and then the general election is the national shit. You have time to the primary to focus a message. And if the prevailing sentiment is so negative about Washington, and if you can tap into that, it's just time for change.
You know, it's something just dawned on me. You know, this is my recommendation. Continue what you're doing in Duval.
Right.
Become the next chairman of the Port Authority.
That's an appointed position.
Appointed by whom?
The governor, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But I mean, continue what...
He's not my buddies at all.
Continue what you're doing in Duval County, because look at how that came about. How did the chairman get there? How did the vice chairman get there?
Right.
They were Duval County guys. They were appointed because Duval County said those are the guys to appoint.
It's like the MPO used to be so Jacksonville dominated.
So you don't think I could mount an effective blitzkrieg?
No, and the reason I think that is because there's not enough time to reach the voter, to get ingrained into the voter's brain. And it's not because the paper can't get out. It's because there's not enough time to marshal enough staff, effective force to do the actual physical work that needs to be done.
And looking at Micah's district, we're just the tail of the
I've got more Republican voters than he does. My family has lived in his heart of his district for 70 fucking years. I have 30 family members ready to go in his hometown right now. I went down and gave a speech to the Seminole County Board of County. Three of them going well. I was just in the Land newspaper saying I have no problems with the local elected officials. My problem is with the appointed officials and the lack of clarity on water management. You know, I mean, I've been out doing stuff already down there. And how much penalty? I mean, I'd carry up here. I don't think I'd have a lot of problems up here. Because, you know,
well, after seeing the chart in the paper about where the earmarks went.
Yeah, wasn't it actually? It was terrible they did that. I was just really disappointed. These random acts.
Random acts of kindness.
Yeah. I don't know. Or do I do it this year just to build the name rec and then do it seriously in 12?
You could start it this year.
See, my only problem if I start this year and I lose, which I probably will, then the people in St. Johns County could get pissed at me. You know, he's just using this as a springboard. You know,
I tell you, think about this. Think about this as you're thinking about the list of people that you need me to put money to.
Right.
Monetarily, and from a go forward, you're 63 now, okay?
Yep.
You want to be doing something till you're
70.
70.
Yeah.
So what is the best thing monetarily? How can you have the most influence and still have the best opportunity at good dollars? I see that as Port Authority. The role that the Port now has